everyone, good evening. I'm Shreya Dhoundial. You're with Mirror Now this Wednesday evening. The 9 crore voters of India's richest state, Maharashtra, have spoken. So have the 1.2 crore voters of Jharkhand. But what have they said? Who have they chosen? Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are not in the business of predicting polls. It is an exercise fraught with risk and is definitely not an exact science. In fact, many people call it crystal gazing. Now, the last two elections have also given it a major credibility crisis in any case. So what we are going to do over the next 2 hours is this. We are getting you a poll of polls, essentially getting you what national and local exit polls are saying. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get straight to India's third largest state, the state of Maharashtra, India's richest state. As I said, the numbers have started coming in. These are the big numbers on your screens so far. According to 4 exit polls, the Mahayuti, that is the BJP-led alliance, is coming back to power. That is the big piece of news, the big piece of information that is coming in as far as our exit polls and poll of polls are concerned. So what are the numbers? The overall numbers, the individual numbers of each poll and each agency's poll and estimations is on your screens. But overall, if we average things out, then the BJP plus alliance, which is the Mahayuti, is getting 161 out of 288. What is the halfway mark in Maharashtra, ladies and gentlemen? The halfway mark or the majority mark is 145. 144 is the halfway, plus 145 is the majority mark. According to these exit polls, and if we average things out, then the BJP plus, that is the Mahayuti alliance, comfortably poised to be in the government or form the government once again. What about the Congress party? This was supposed to be an open election, an election jahan kuch bhi ho sakta hai, as people said. Well, the Congress party is averaging out to 122, which is, ladies and gentlemen, 22, in fact 23 short of a majority. So the BJP at 161, comfortably poised to form the government. The Congress plus alliance, which is the Maha Vikas Aghadi, at 122, and others are at 5. These are the big numbers, ladies and gentlemen, coming in. Let me quickly get a first reaction. As far as Jharkhand is concerned, the picture not very clear. But for the moment, if we look at the Jharkhand numbers, and you're seeing them on the ticker right below, if you just put your eyes to the ticker, you will see what the picture in Jharkhand is. 81 seats in Jharkhand. It seems Jharkhand is, according to exit polls, and you may choose to believe them, you may not choose to believe them, but according to exit polls, Jharkhand is saying goodbye to the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha and the Congress party and the RJD alliance in the state. 25 to 30 seats for them. The BJP comfortably poised once again, well, not absolutely comfortably, but fairly comfortably poised to form a government. But again, we'll wait for more polls to come in and more exit poll numbers to come in before we have a clear picture as far as Jharkhand is concerned. But 4 major exit polls, ladies and gentlemen, for the state of Maharashtra are giving Maharashtra to the Mahayuti. Quickly introducing my guests as we continue to see the numbers, because today the numbers are important. People will say what they want to say and analysts will analyze what they want to analyze. But ultimately, asli result 2030 ko aana hai, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember that. Before I go to my guests, I also want to tell you, I do understand that exit polls are suffering from a major credibility crisis because of what happened with the Haryana elections and what happened with the general elections, ladies and gentlemen. Pollsters had gotten it absolutely wrong. I agree with you. But थोड़ी history भी देख लेनी चाहिए. Last time, did pollsters get the Maharashtra elections right? That's the 2019 Maharashtra elections, right? Ladies and gentlemen, they did. They weren't exact, but they more or less got the numbers right in last time's exit poll. Jharkhand, the same story, not exact, but they had the general picture correct, which means for the 2019 Jharkhand and Maharashtra elections, the exit polls had proven to be correct. Will it be the same case this time? As I said, we are not in the business of crystal gazing. Hame kya pata? We are just showing you the numbers that are coming in from various agencies, ladies and gentlemen. My guest this evening, a quick introduction. Manikrao Thakre is a senior Congress leader. He's a candidate also from the Digras constituency. He'll be joining us in just a bit. I wonder whether he'll be joining us also or not, because the Congress has bailed out. They have said ye exit polls bakwas hote hain, that, you know, they never end up giving us the correct picture. And honestly, they are not wrong either. So we will not come to any exit poll related show, which is why they've pulled out from all channels. They say we don't believe it in. This is all crystal grazing. That is fine. Ali Daruwala is spokesperson of the BJP, joining us on the broadcast. Good evening to all of you. Advocate Sushil Vyas is a spokesperson of the Shiva Sena Shinde faction, joining us on the broadcast. Karan Verma is joining us from the studio. Karan, good to have you back.
Nice to be here.
Lokesh Jindal is a political analyst, joining us on the broadcast. Hopefully will be speaking on behalf of the Congress party. Anish Gawande, national spokesperson of the NCP, the Sharad Pawar faction, joining us on the broadcast. Intikhab Farooqi is a leader of the Shiva Sena UBT, with us on the broadcast. And Dr. Uday, senior journalist, will be joining us on the 23rd as well on the broadcast with us. Dr. Uday, हर बार की तरह आपके पास थोड़ा देर में आऊंगी, पहले थोड़े reaction ले लूं, गुस्सा मत होइएगा. Who should I start with? I think I should start with Anish Gawande, someone who is an old friend of Mirror now, constantly on the channel and on the shows on various issues, whether political or citizen related. Anish Gawande, any first reactions to the numbers that are coming in? What we have done is taken 4 big polls and put out the average number, which we are calling the poll of polls. Of course, the numbers will get added to it, but I think the trend as far as exit polls is concerned is clear. It seems that the NDA is walking away with Maharashtra, that the Mahayuti is walking away with Maharashtra.
You know, Shreya, playing with numbers is a vice that spokesperson should not indulge in, so I shall refrain against my most sincere desires to engage in it. But I will tell you this, we've just come to the end of an 11-month-long election in Maharashtra. I think what started in January has finally come to an end in November. I think we've all seen one of the most fiercely contested, one of the most politically disruptive elections that the state and indeed the country has ever seen. I think you said that the 2019 exit polls and polls got it correct for those elections, but you forget that aaj bhi samay badal gaya hai. That unfortunately we are not in the same period that we were in 2019. And unfortunately voters are scared to reveal who they voted for. And you saw that in the Lok Sabha elections, and you're going to see that again now. I think a couple of things that came out over the previous discussion on these exit polls on Mirror Now itself a while ago are that, one, there hasn't been a substantial increase in turnout, unfortunately, in these polls, which means the sort of large predictions being made about SOPs and schemes and other things having an outsized impact seems to have missed the mark. And the second thing is that there don't seem to be those many seats being given to independents or to smaller parties, which everyone had thought would be comprising a far higher percentage or at least seat sort of share of these elections. So in a strange way, it seems like Maharashtra has made a decisive choice. And in a decisive choice, when the numbers are this close, exit polls can get it wrong by a few percentage points and the numbers can swing either way. So I'm putting my hat into the ring and hoping it's going to come to the Maha Vikas Aghadi's side. But either way, I think it's good that Maharashtra has voted decisively, whatever side it's voted on.
In the Lok Sabha elections, important to remember, while it was the Maha Vikas Aghadi that had walked away with the maximum number of seats, the difference in voter share was only 1%. So Maharashtra elections were built to be close. But ladies and gentlemen, give me a minute here, because I now have a poll of polls for Jharkhand as well. Jharkhand was expected to be even closer. Is that how it is turning out to be? Let's quickly take a look at the numbers that Jharkhand is giving us. Again, these are what we are putting out for you is a poll of polls, ladies and gentlemen. There it is on your screens, 81 seats, which means the majority mark is 42. The BJP plus is getting 47. The Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, which is part of the India bloc, getting 32 seats. So if 42 is the majority mark, then the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha plus allies are 10 short. Ladies and gentlemen, 10 short, and the BJP plus is 5 plus that majority mark. 5 plus that majority mark. So which means that both states that have gone to elections this time, according to exit polls, the BJP and its allies have done well in these elections, and both states are going to the BJP plus its allies. A big boost to the BJP's morale, I'm sure, after Haryana. But That's only if these numbers hold. These numbers could very well not hold, because the numbers that exit polls had given for Haryana didn't hold. The numbers that that the exit polls had given for the 2024 elections had not held. So ho kuch bhi sakta hai, ladies and gentlemen. But we now have a poll for both Jharkhand and Maharashtra, and it seems that the BJP plus, which means BJP plus allies, are taking both states, are winning both states. Ali Daruwala, you're with us on the broadcast, BJP spokesperson. Any first reactions?
Shreya, I would like to take this poll, this exit, and this victory, if at all it is true, with humility. And I would really like to thank the voters of Maharashtra. At the same time, it is very fuming as to the number has been very sad. Banks, colleges, schools, all institutions have been shut, but people are not coming out to vote. Leave alone means elections. Just let us leave elections to the side as to why the citizens are not taking part in democracy. Why are they taking part? Why are they exercising their right? Are they lazy or are they fed up? This is what we need to look into now. See, may it be any party, but from morning we have been working as Karyakartas, we have been working, we have been seeing. It is the same old faces, the same old strata that is coming out. For our BJP, we have our same loyal people who have been voting. But where are the rest of the people? We need to find that. A. B. I'm not here to give sermons on democracy. What we need to do is Ladki Bahin Yojana worked out, women 2.4 crore women population in Maharashtra are very happy out of that. That women who got that 3-4 months of money are very happy. I feel all this would not have required, all this hard work would have been avoided if the party would have given the price to soya bean, to cotton. Then I would say these numbers are totally false. We would have been 200 plus. Little things we are learning. It is just two and a half years back, we came back into the government. Had Shinde coming with us, Eknath ji, the Maratha face, which we did not have, we got a Maratha face. Then we had Ajit Pawar ji joining us. That definitely strengthened our hands. But little mistakes, little adjustments we need to make. As to going out in the people, we learned that certain things we need to do.
लड़ाई तो अब शुरू होगी मिस्टर दारूवाला लड़ाई तो अब शुरू होगी Give me a minute here, Mr. Daruwala. You're a remarkably honest spokesperson. You know, I have not come across a spokesperson like you who's so honest, who's saying that we made some mistakes as far as the minimum support and procurement price of cotton and soya bean in Maharashtra is concerned. Because had we fixed that on time, we made some announcements later, but had we fixed that on time, the number would have been 200. So वो तो आपकी बात बिल्कुल ठीक है, but अभी तो लड़ाई महायुति में शुरू होने वाली on who is going to be the chief minister. Because what will be very interesting to see is how each ally has done. The BJP was the single largest party in the last election. 105 seats it had won. Yet, it is not Devendra Fadnavis who is the chief minister. It is Mr. Shinde, Eknath Shinde of the Shiva Sena who is the chief minister. Now, the RSS has been very clear this time. The RSS is saying, bhai, backing puri hai, but my boy, our boy has to be chief minister if this alliance wins. So, ab to ladai shuru hogi. But, you know, you've raised an important point, and not just you, Anish has raised a very important point as well about Maharashtra's polling percentage. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have the polling percentage till 5 p.m. this evening. The Election Commission will update us at 7 p.m. as well. So I'll wait for that percentage to come in as well, because that is when the polling percentage will go up. But for the moment, 58%, till 5 o'clock, 58% is what the polling percentage of Maharashtra is, which means by 7 o'clock, I think if I estimate correctly,
62, 63%, maybe more.
Karan?
Yeah.
65, I think 65.
65, so that's a fair number.
Dr. Uday, what does that polling percentage tell you? Again, as I said, this will increase. We are at 49%, it will go up to 63, 65%. What does it tell you? Does it tell you that people are just fed up and they're saying, ये देखो ये तो पैसे बांटते हैं इलेक्शन से पहले, वहां पे किसी का बिटकॉइन स्कैम आ जाता है, what to do, let it be, जाते ही नहीं वोट करने?
No, if it is at about 6 p.m. when the numbers were 49% for Mumbai and we did a show, I added a word of caution there that let's wait till 7:30 when the official final figures would come, and I expected and I predicted and I said that it would be up by about 15%, and that's what exactly happening. If it is 65% plus, then it's a good development over the last time voting, especially for Mumbai, which has never touched in last 2 decades more than 50%. If this is 65%, then Mumbai is more than 50%. That's a very good thing. I also appreciate BJP spokesperson openly admitting the little mess on soya bean, and that's true. That had it been a proper policy decision taken on time, they would have touched 200. I also appreciate NCP person saying that the independent numbers look little less over here because I'm sure each party has fielded sponsored rebels, and that's the independent they must be referring. So I guess, but more important is the point raised by you is that what is the breakup? Now what breakup? It comes with 161. If the poll of poll mean is 161, that means the kingmaker could be Ajit Pawar. Mark my words, kingmaker could be Ajit Pawar, who would have the last laugh with about 20-25 seats. And that's going to be the key issue over here. If BJP crosses 100, then they will have a natural claim on the chief ministership. But if they are less than 100 and still BJP plus combined makes it to 160, as we are predicting poll of polls, then Ajit could be the game changer for anyone. At the same time, you see the BJP spokesperson praising Sharad Pawar. And that's very interesting indication if that is the instruction by the party. And in the whole campaign period, not a single word uttered against Sharad Pawar by the BJP state and the center leader. Is that the olive branch today being extended? I say this is semi-final. The final would begin after 5 p.m. on 23rd. And it will continue for next 2 days and 2 nights.
Just look at the screens, ladies and gentlemen.
BJP is giving on this show.
Uday ji, dekhiye screen. Devendra Fadnavis, the man who's led from the front as far as the BJP is concerned. I understand Bhupender Yadav and lots of other leaders were in Bombay and in Maharashtra trying to strategize, etc. But let's admit it was Devendra Fadnavis who was the face of this election for the BJP, right? And the RSS was very clear. The RSS was very clear. Full support in this election, but to the BJP, not to the Mahayuti alliance, right? Dr. Uday, that's correct. Now, we are given to believe that Mr. Fadnavis has actually met Mohan Bhagwat as soon as the exit poll numbers are in. I mean, you can choose to believe them, you can choose not to believe them. But as soon as the exit poll numbers are in, Mr. Fadnavis has met Mohan Bhagwat. I want to ask you, Karan Verma, what you think that means, and then Dr. Uday can come in.
So firstly, Shreya, just before coming in here, when I was on your sister channel, I predicted the exact same number, 161 and 122. So let's see if it's prophetic or not. But that means it's a very, very close election because Ajit Pawar, as the gentleman rightly said, he becomes the kingmaker. So for Devendra Fadnavis to be meeting the RSS chief, all I'll say is don't count your chickens too soon. I mean, there are lots of twists and turns right now, and it's still anybody's game because it's a very close election. 20 seats here and there. It's a matter of a few votes. And this has been a very micro level election. It's like a panchayat election where each seat, each booth actually matters. There was no overarching narrative, so to say. So, it's still anybody's game. Those who said, Game of Thrones has a lot of twists and turns, well, trust me, truth can be stranger than fiction. They've still not seen Maharashtra here because the season finale here is still waiting and it can surprise us far more than the Game of Thrones one that we've seen. Actually.
Dr. Uday for the last 1 week has been telling me, Jo karna hai kar lo. But the actual election will start only after the 23rd.
Could be true. Could be true. I don't see a decisive mandate. I am 100% convinced this is not going to be a decisive mandate. It's going to be a khichdi. And Ajit Pawar and the likes of Sharad Pawar, they are going to enjoy the roost. That's how it's going to be. That's what I think.
Well, good for them. I say good for them.
Hail democracy.
Anish Gawande, would you want to come in? Would you say that despite the numbers on your screens, and we'll put out those numbers once again, this is an open election, and this election will carry on even after the 23rd? Which is why the Mahayuti has actually tolerated the outbursts of someone like an Ajit Pawar who has gone out on a limb to upset them कि भाई ये काम आ सकता है बाद में, लड़ाई मत करो अभी.
You know, to make predictions as to what will happen after the 23rd of November is way above my pay grade or my position, so I'm not going to do that either. But I think what I will address, right, is that these are all numbers within the margin of error, Shreya. You know, what you're seeing right now, these are numbers that if voting percentages change just a little bit, could look dramatically different, right? Again, I think a very valid point that's been brought up is the breakup. What is the breakup looking like in both alliances for these numbers according to each exit poll? Which alliance partner is getting how many seats and in what region? Remember that that's also very critical for somebody to be able to tell whether these exit polls are accurate or not, is to see whether they're being able to predict regions accurately. You know, what is the way in which the sort of Marathwada region is voted after the agrarian crisis and the Maratha reservation crisis? What is the way in which Western Maharashtra is voted? What have urban centers voted like with the presence of the MNS? So there are too many questions. I think the exit pollsters must also be fairly sort of tired and confused at this point, because I don't think they've dealt with such a big khichdi in their sort of career spanning Indian elections as well. So I think we'll really have to wait and watch until the 23rd of November.
This actually, I think, to my mind, has been the most complex election in India ever. From 2019, by some margin. There's so much khichdi. Half the times I don't understand which spokesperson belongs to whom and what is happening and who's friends with who, and whether family remains family or not. Go ahead.
So Shreya, I'll actually stick my neck out and tell you why I think it's advantage Mahayuti alliance. The pollsters are shying away from saying this, but I'm saying this, and I'll tell you why. Because Ajit Dada has too many skeletons in his closet, and the BJP is well aware of that. So you better not play with them. They have a lot of leverage on you. So I think Ajit Dada will stick around with them and BJP will romp to victory, as in the Mahayuti will romp to victory. That's what I feel is going to happen.
Lokesh Jindal, would you want to come in here? आती हूँ आपके पास, Mr. दारूवाला. Lokesh Jindal. Okay. Dr. Uday. But here's the thing, okay, Mr. Daruwala, you wanted to say something, and then I'm going to go to Dr. Uday. Go ahead, please.
Oh, yeah. Share the stories like Honorable Devendra Fadnavis going and meeting the RSS chief, and then he's seeking the support, and he's going to be the RSS choice, and then Ajit Pawar playing the mastermind. See, all these narratives, definitely for TRP you can get, and you can have a nice 1.5 to 2 hours debate. But over here, nothing of this sort is going to happen. Mahayuti alliance, Ajit Pawar, Eknath Shinde, Devendra Fadnavis, they have fought shoulder to shoulder. None of them, no matter what's 20, 35, 40 seats winning capacity, they all are equally responsible for us to win. I am saying to win, but I am saying over here, we are going to take it with humility. With a lot of humility, I'll tell you why. Because Maharashtra people have voted for Maha Vikas Aghadi, for Mahayuti, only because they trust in Narendra Modi. Narendra Modi ji ka vikas ka kaam, Mahapurush ki jo puri yatra hai in Maharashtra that he's done, on that faith, the people of Maharashtra have given us the mandate. Yeah,
but that is not how this election has been fought.
No, Narendra Modi.
Sir, but that is not how this election has been fought. This election has not been fought in the name of Narendra Modi. It has been fought constituency to constituency. This is what people who have gone on the ground seem to be suggesting. Karan, you said the same thing. And there is no larger narrative in this election. Matlab wo tha, batenge to katenge, etc. But vote jihad, etc. But it didn't work.
No, Shreya, one small example which will, deflate this argument is Ajit Pawar did not toe the katenge to batenge line. He was very, very clear and categorical in saying that I don't stand with this line. So the fact that he's saying that all of them fought shoulder to shoulder, they did not. Let's be honest about it. Ajit Pawar doesn't want them to have a clear-cut majority. He wants his 20-25 seats to be the decisive factor. So, everyone is looking out for themselves. Let's be honest. On both sides. Yes, the Mahayuti, I think they consolidated better. That's what I feel. They got their ground game better. And that's why I think they have the edge.
They have the edge, but
They
we
have the
can't
edge.
give away Maharashtra to the Mahayuti yet. Because कुछ भी हो सकता है after the 23rd.
Not at all.
कुछ
Not
भी
at
हो
all. And
सकता
there
है
are
after the
two
23rd.
issues. I think there was a perfect storm against the Mahayuti. The grocery prices. हर जगह, in every research, what I found out was कांधे का भाव बढ़ गया है. That was a common resonant chorus that I heard in the last 15-20 days. It couldn't have been worse timing for the BJP. So I think that will play a role, something that many of the pollsters right now are missing, and I'm afraid that could be a deciding factor on the election day.
You know, can I just draw everyone's attention to Jharkhand? Ladies and gentlemen, यही होता है exit polls में. दो और exit poll आएंगे. Give me a minute. Mr. Daruwala, give me a minute. There are other guests on the show as well. I'm just going to go to them. But can I please see the Jharkhand picture once again? Ladies and gentlemen, the Jharkhand picture, it seems, has changed in the last 15-20 minutes that we last spoke about it. There are two more exit polls that have now come into the picture. And if you put the average out, guys, can we put the average out? There you go. Hung house hai ye. What is this? 38, 39?
38, 39.
38, 39. And 41 is the majority mark. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are 4 others. And this makes Jharkhand a very, very tight race. It was always predicted to be a tight race, ladies and gentlemen. But by the looks of it, it's going to be tighter than we had expected if it is a hung house. We'll wait and watch if these numbers hold out again. But Jharkhand is turning out to be very interesting. Actually, so is Maharashtra. The edge may be with the BJP plus, which is the BJP and its allies, which is the Mahayuti alliance. But do we know by the end of it who the Chief Minister of Maharashtra is going to be? That is again like reading tea leaves right now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, getting back to the state of Maharashtra, Intikhab Farooqi, leader of the Shiva Sena of the UBT faction. Yes, sir, you were raising your arm. Would you want to come in here? But I just quickly wanted to go to... Yeah, go ahead then. Go ahead.
Shreya, I would like to tell you, as you said, who's going to be the next CM of Maharashtra. So I just wanted to tell you that, yes, very soon, our Honorable Uddhavji Sahib is going to take the oath. And very soon, he's going to be the new Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Because as people wanted to see some changes, many hatred speeches which the BJP leaders have made so far, and disturbing statements so far that batoge to katoge and masjid mein ghus ke maroge. Because of these reasons, people really are eagerly waiting to see the change now, and they want to see the new government now. So that is what I wanted to say. And BJP has failed in many figures, like, you know, when it comes to the jobs for the young youth, when it comes to the I have no jobs for the leaders, women's security.
Sir, वो सब तो ठीक है. Here's a quick question. Sir, all of that is fine. All of that is fine. My point to you is, you are very confidently saying that Uddhav Thackeray will be the next Chief Minister of Maharashtra. May happen, may not happen. But I want to know whether he will be the Chief Minister of the Mahayuti or the Maha Vikas Aghadi. Because abhi Maharashtra mein kuch bhi ho sakta hai. The only possibility, the only thing that we can rule out right now is that the Congress and the BJP will come together. Uske baad it's open season.
No, it is going to be Maha Vikas Aghadi now. And definitely we all are going to work together. The Congress and the NCP, we all are together and working hard. We have all good leaders who are working together and are going to form a good government now. And they all are in good terms now, good relationship, and they are going to maintain that and work hard for the people now. Yes, we are sure for it. Definitely.
Okay. Advocate Sushil Vyas, you are spokesperson of the Shiva Sena of the Shinde faction, who is currently the Chief Minister, and we'll discuss about who will be Maharashtra's next Chief Minister. Actually, we cannot have that discussion till the 23rd if you ask me. But anyhow, Anish is saying, ho gaya mera, I'm going to another channel. Anish, goodbye. You need to be on another channel. Goodbye. Thank you for joining us.
I'm coming back very soon. I'm coming back very soon.
Okay. See you then. See you. Bye. Advocate Sushil Vyas, spokesperson of the Shiva Sena of the Shinde faction. Can I ask you for your first reactions? You're a seasoned political watcher. you are seeing these numbers on your screens, and by the way, the numbers are changing. If by the time all exit polls come in, you have 144, which means if you average things out, then the average for the BJP plus has actually gone down. It's gone down from 161 to 144, and for the Congress plus, it has increased from 120 something to 132. So these exit poll numbers are also changing. The poll of polls ka final figure will only come out in the next 1 hour, I think. But given what we are seeing on our screens, given the fact that the Mahayuti has been given an edge in all exit polls, in most exit polls, what is your reaction to it? Do you feel that these numbers will hold?
Shreya, the manner in which the present government under the able leadership of Eknath Raoji Shinde worked for the people of Maharashtra for the last 2.5 years, we were always confident, and the kind of response and the feedback which we have received from our rank and file during the campaign period, we are confident that we will win not less than 165 seats as a Mahayuti. So we are not at all surprised looking at the figure. You know, they have their own ways, but we have our own analysis, feedback, and the manner in which we have calculated our seats to be won by us. So it will not be less than 165. Mahayuti will definitely be in 100.
Advocate Vyas, then I will ask you a tricky question.
Yeah.
चलिए वो देखते हैं, but I have a tricky question for you. I want to ask you this. If within the Mahayuti, we don't have the breakup of individual parties, right? We don't know how much the BJP has got. We don't know how much the Shiva Sena has got. We don't know how much the NCP has got within the Mahayuti. This is factions that are with the Mahayuti. We don't know. We don't have a breakup of that, right? But if, and chances are that the BJP within the Mahayuti is going to be the single largest party. Now, if the BJP is the single largest party, they will obviously say, we are the single largest party. And the chief minister should be Devendra Fadnavis, who's the face of the BJP. I want to ask you whether Mr. Shinde, Eknath Shinde, who's currently the chief minister, will be okay with that. And if he is not offered the chief ministerial post, will he then shift alliances to the Maha Vikas Aghadi and probably try and become chief minister from the Maha Vikas Aghadi? हो तो कुछ भी सकता है, Maharashtra है.
With great respect to you, Shreya ji, as on today also, BJP is single largest party. They are having 103 MLAs and we are having 41 MLAs. Still, for last 2.5 years, Eknath Shinde ji is leading this government.
Correct.
And the present election, there is no confusion at all. It is known to the public.
वो तो मजबूरी
We fought
थी.
under the leadership of Eknath Shinde. But after 23rd, let the new MLAs be elected and they will sit together, all three parties, and they will elect their leader, who will be the chief minister. People will come to know who is the chief minister.
Ali Daruwala, would you want to come in here?
This is a starter. Who will be the chief minister is last on my agenda, is the last on my prime minister's agenda, and we are not at all concerned. Who is the chief minister is number 10 in the ranking. What is number 1 in the ranking? As to how we retain the power and the trust that people are going to entrust us on Maharashtra in the coming days, inshallah. We want to work, we want to be honest, and we want to deliver. I said there are shortcomings, have to be handled, not been handled too well, too short a time. People have very high expectations from BJP and our alliance. We need to counter that. Who is going to be the chief minister is last on our agenda. Coming back, nevertheless, the tall leadership of Eknath Shinde, our party high command, will not forget we are here today because of the sacrifice. And I'm repeating my words, the very high, very big sacrifice. A person who was a cabinet minister, number 2 in Maharashtra, gave up his post, gave up and walked in, not with 2, 20, 30, 40 MLAs. He joined our party. We came in to realize the dreams of our prime minister. So this sacrifice is not easy, ma'am, just to give up what you're sitting on. And you don't even know whether you will become the chief minister, whether this exercise that Eknath Shinde
I will sacrifice once.
No,
Will I sacrifice a second time if I'm the single largest party? I highly doubt it. Because fact is, if Mr. Eknath Shinde walks out, there is a good chance that you may join hands with the the BJP could join hands with Uddhav Thackeray. After all, as I said, in Maharashtra right now, all possibilities are open. Lokesh Jindal is joining us on the broadcast.
Shreya, just a small remark. I am so amazed अली दारूवाला जी को उनका सैक्रिफाइस दिख रहा है, एकनाथ शिंदे जी का. देवेंद्र फडणवीस का सैक्रिफाइस नहीं दिख रहा है. दैट मैन गॉट द वर्डिक्ट, गॉट द मैंडेट. ऊपर नरेंद्र, नीचे देवेंद्र. ही सैक्रिफाइस्ड हिज सीएम पोस्ट और उनका नहीं दिख रहा है इनको सैक्रिफाइस, जबकि ये है बीजेपी से. दिस इज सो स्ट्रेंज. The real person who sacrificed दारूवाला जी, that is देवेंद्र भाऊ.
Actually,
उन्होंने छोड़ा है actually mandate होने के बाद, being the tallest leader there. So I am amazed that you are able to see Eknath Shinde ji's sacrifice and not Devendra Bhau's sacrifice.
चलिए, लोकेश जिंदल is joining us. उदय जी, आती हूँ आपके पास एक मिनट. लोकेश जिंदल is joining us on the broadcast as well. As I said, the Congress party is boycotting these exit polls.
Oh.
Yeah, they are. And they have, you know, last time as well, they boycotted the exit polls and then last minute they changed their minds because I think there was, I don't know, some indication that the exit polls are at least giving them Haryana. The Jalebis had come in as well. But Lokesh Jindal, hi, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening.
You are late. Can I remind you that you are a little late?
I apologize
this
for
late
that.
will not do.
I apologize for that.
No issues. I was just pulling your leg. Let me get your first reaction to the numbers on our screens. This is Maharashtra. An edge, I'm saying an edge, as far as these exit polls are concerned, to the Mahayuti, which is the BJP-led alliance. It is at 150. And the Congress alliance, which is the Maha Vikas Aghadi, is at 129. The picture was slightly different, half an hour ago, but that has changed. But anyhow, your first reactions to what we have on our screens.
No, this exit poll is incorrect because in these elections, the ideologies were completely absent. In fact, this will be an election where I will see a lot of independents having a major role to play in the formation of government. We are heading towards a hung assembly, and both the alliances, they will be absolutely in the same equation, and we will see independents playing an important role towards the formation of the government. In the Vidarbha, the Congress would be having a significant lead. In the Marathwada area, right from Beed, Jalgaon, up till Latur, we will see a lot of independents having a major say. In the Konkan area, yes, BJP might expect a major. It will have the same outcome as what was there 2019. In the Desh region, right from Nandurbar up down till Satara, we will see that yes, the Mahayuti might have a significant gain, but not so significant that it will go on to form a government. So what we saw today is there wasn't a major turnout as compared to Jharkhand in Maharashtra, and the ideologies were absent. BJP forming an alliance with Ajit Pawar NCP, it diluted its Hindutva agenda. And in fact, we had Shiv Sena, so there wasn't any ideological card that could be played in these elections. This election would be more upon ground leadership, ground cadre coming to work, mobilizing people. The farmer issue is a major issue. Even BJP was forced to amend the laws with respect to soybean farmers. Even with respect to sugarcane lobby, the reforms were there. So what I see over here is there would be a major surprise, independents coming in, and the verdict would be very different from what is being predicted now by the exit polls. Yes.
Okay, Doctor, there you wanted to come in. Lokesh has spoken about Marathwada and Vidarbha. These are areas where there was discontent over the procurement price of soybean and cotton as well.
Marathwada.
Will that play such a large part? Marathwada and Vidarbha, yeah. But will that play, Dr. Uday, such a large influence in determining which way this election goes? Because if there are farmers who are upset, there are 2.8 crore women who are very happy. After all, the Ladki Behan Yojana ke 5 installments of 1,500 rupees each have gone to their accounts.
Yeah, a couple of districts he could not mention it correctly. Jalgaon doesn't fall in Marathwada. It was Jalna he was perhaps mentioning it to, I guess. But he said Jalgaon, unfortunately.
Correct.
See, the point is here, two things. One is soybean, yes, there has been a little flip-flop, but will that flip-flop make farmers go against BJP? Is that something which needs to be seen? That's something. Second, cotton, government came on that, but government came little late. but they have made up in the last
Late.
4 or 5 weeks before campaigning, I would say. Onion prices were up just before the voting, and I guess they were artificially done by some market forces to create vote against. Will that be as strong as once used to be in Delhi when Sheila Dikshit lost the election? No way it was that strong wave. So farmers per se, more or less, will not be extremely unhappy with this government. And as you rightly pointed out, Ladki Bahan Yojana has worked and has worked beautifully. One more point is that, which I would like to ask, and little jokingly, do you have a couple of more opinion polls? Because the UBT and the Sharad Pawar faction spokesperson are looking for it, because from 161, it has now come down to 140. If it comes to 130, they would be more than happy to have that. So if you have a couple of more opinion polls,
No,
please
you know
come out
what
with
has
that.
happened, Dr. Uday, I think we need some more. You know, we need, I think, some more polls for Jharkhand. Because dekhiye, Jharkhand ki to puri picture badal, you know, Jharkhand, there are at least now 2 big exit polls that are giving a clear victory as far as Jharkhand is concerned to the JMM. So Jharkhand is not clear. As far as I'm concerned, Jharkhand is not clear. Is Maharashtra clear? By the looks of it, the Mahayuti and the BJP may have an edge, but right now the picture is not clear. If anyone can look at these exit polls, and even if you believe that they are correct and we'll do a poll of polls, etc., etc., I don't think the picture is really clear as far as Maharashtra is concerned. We'll try and get some more data. That's what we'll do. Also, what we need to do, very importantly, is to get the voting percentage. What is the time? The time is 7:40. So I'm sure there's an update as far as voting percentage is concerned. That will tell us a part of the story as well. We're slipping into a quick break on the show. Back with all the data, back with all the numbers and the analysis. Ladies and gentlemen, do stay with us.
Co-powered by Mahindra Electric Origin SUVs. Catch them on 26 November.
Co-powered by Amazing Spaces के लिए Green Lamb Laminates, कुछ में